I think we know who you're most interested in today.
Well, Carl, actually, I think this is a broader day, and we should all pay attention to it because I think there's an opportunity to recognize that the moment is very different from all the past hearings we've seen on Capitol Hill. That the combination of the pandemic, the economic contraction that's followed it, and George Floyd has, I think, caused a moment of national self-reflection. And I think one of the core things here is that relative to the economy, we have seen that optimizing everything for the shareholder interest, which has been fantastic for investors for 40 years, left our economy without the ability to respond to a pandemic, right? We've had trouble producing cotton swabs, PPE, getting enough medical testing in place. Our supply chains are really fragile. Our healthcare system was designed for elective surgery, not for dealing with public health. And these problems, in combination with, say, half the workforce being underemployed or unemployed, leaves us with an opportunity to ask, maybe the priorities should be different. And I think that context is going to be really central to what happens today. And I mean, you're right, I have spent a lot of time focusing on Facebook, but the real issue here is that tech has the same values that we see throughout the economy. The entire economy is more concentrated from an economic power perspective than it's been for 100 years. And as a result, we have fewer choices. We have less flexibility and adaptability to deal with change like a pandemic. And I think we are going to see that coming up repeatedly in the context of the hearing today.
Interesting, Roger. I mean, it's an interesting lens. Of course, fewer choices, yes, but more powerful choices, arguably. Lower costs, job creation.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to hear all of that today.
Well, you're going to hear all of it, but let's remember. So Amazon, which I think says it has 1 million direct employees that work for it, one of the core issues for Amazon is the customers do incredibly well, but the employees, there have been issues related to compensation, related to the work rules under which they operate. And that when the pandemic came along, we had issues of outbreaks in the Amazon facilities. And again, there's nothing Amazon's doing that other companies in the economy aren't doing. The difference, I think, is only that at this moment in time, tech, because of its influence on our culture, is being put to the test first. But these questions are questions that should be asked in every industry in the economy. And I don't want to pretend I know how it's going to turn out. I just think that that's what we're really going to wind up debating here.
Morning, Roger. It's John. I'm going to take the other side here, as I do, to keep this interesting and hopefully tease out perspectives. I would argue that a couple of things that Amazon is doing that the broader economy isn't doing is raising wages, hiring a whole lot of people during the pandemic, and investing billions of dollars, they say, and we'll see over time where this actually went, into safety precautions. I would also say that these companies, just as a consumer, these companies have been among the best at pandemic response, whether you're talking about Google making Google Meet more freely available, helping people to find resources. You're talking about Facebook allowing people to communicate. You're talking about Amazon actually getting us products without us having to go into stores and touch stuff. And Apple with its technology sort of enabling all that stuff. The consumer might argue, oh my goodness, I need what these technology companies offer more than ever so that I don't get sick.
So, John, this is going to kill you. I agree with, I think, every single thing you just said there. In my opinion, Amazon has revolutionized the economy in some really profoundly great ways. The issue is that their impact is, I think 40% of independent retailers have gone away in the last, in the years since Amazon was created. And Amazon is not solely responsible for that, but they've had a big impact on it. And the question is, should there be some kind of balance? I think that's really the question we're asking here. In my opinion, what Amazon has done is completely brilliant. And there is an argument that it should be treated like an electric utility, that its service is so valuable that it should provide that distribution system to everyone. And that's a conversation we should be having. Again, I'm not suggesting that they don't deliver a lot of value. In fact, quite the opposite. I think all of these companies are successful because they deliver value. But they are very focused on a set of priorities that are, shall we say, don't equally benefit everyone. In fact, don't benefit everyone in any case. And so as a consequence, I just think with the economy down the way it is, with so many people underemployed or unemployed, we're going to want to ask those questions. And I'm pretty confident that is what's on the mind of a lot of the members of Congress today. And again, this is the beginning of what's going to be a very long process. There's nothing going to come out of today that's going to be decisive. These guys are very well prepared. They're very smart people. They have a lot of good around their product. They have a lot of love from consumers. But at the same time, there are serious harms that come out of this, and we should be able to have the good without the bad.